The Chicago Cubs will be talking about Cecil Fielder, Prince Fielder, sorry, Prince Fielder, and Albert Pujols. It's all in the media. Everybody talk about Pujols and Fielder. Uh, the Chicago Cubs are taking their stand right now, not looking to sign Albert or Prince Fielder. Is a very wise move by um, Theo Epstein. The Cubs don't need players that eventually they can get rid of out of their division. Without Pujols and La Russa, the Cardinals are a guess of what kind of team they'll be this year. Without Fielder, um, the Brewers are a third place team. Um, the Cubs can contend even without Pujols or Fielder. They don't need to spend all that money. They need more pitching. So Theo Epstein, by holding on to what he has, is actually doing the right thing right now. Um, if indeed Albert stays in St. Louis and Fielder stays in Milwaukee, then there would be a need of concern to be more competitive. The Cubs would have to find somebody that they could land to actually compete with the Cardinals and with the Brewers. Not the case. The Cardinals also are without their manager Tony La Russa, who has retired. So there's really no need right now for the Cubs to be quick to jump and try to sign these big name players and totally erupt in payroll. Uh, they can start now with their young manager, with Swain, their manager, add pieces here and there, and find out how the Central is going to be playing this year. Um, I doubt that the Brewers are going to be the same type of team that they were last year if they don't have Fielder. I highly doubt that the Cardinals will be the same type of team without La Russa or Pujols. So it's best to just stand still, wait us out. Start with what you have, see what kind of team that chemistry that this team with Swain as your manager is going to be, and then add pieces from there to improve the team rather than bringing a Pujols or Fielder, make the team expected to do what they've been expecting most of these few former Cubs teams with Piniella and Baker and these high name players and managers. The Cubs have a manager that took the Brewers into a few games into the playoffs, and that's just about it. A few weeks into the regular season, so he's not as experienced as uh, as you'd hope for a manager to be. But it all depends on now. He's going to start fresh. He's going to have to see what type of chemistry, what type of players will actually help the Cubs, uh, depending on how they take off in the start of the season. If they take off and start winning a lot of ball games, then you can add maybe more pitching. If if their offense is just terrible, then you have to add offense. In order for the Cubs to be able to compete and win this division, and which will be it would be a lot easier for the Cubs this season because of these two big names and these two big, um, probably the best players in the National League Central leaving. It's going to be a lot easier for the Cubs than people would imagine. So I say wait. I say that Epstein is doing the right thing. I say that only time will tell. Um, and I think that the Cubs are going to look a lot better than they did last year. I think Swaim might be a lot better manager for the Cubs than Quaddy was. Um, I think the Cubs are not in such bad shape. Uh, I think the Cubs will be a terrible team if they hired or if they signed Pujols or Fielder. I think the expectations will be way higher with an unexperienced manager. I think that they're putting tremendous amounts of pressure on them by having a team like adding a Pujols or a Fielder and not adding a La Russa to manage his team would be a complete total failure if the Cubs didn't win right away. Uh, the old theory is, start building now, try to win this year. If you can't win this year, win in a few years, and so on and so forth. I think that's the best option for the Cubs right now. A signing of Pujols and a signing of Fielder is actually a disaster if the Cubs don't win or even get into the World Series. And it will not only be a disaster for the team, it would be a disaster for the entire um, front office that's been hired to actually do these moves to help the Cubs win the World Series. If they try to do it too fast and if they try to jump too fast, they're going to choke themselves out and they will fail. There's no need for them to again stress themselves when all they have to do is sit back, watch the National League Central as it deteriorates of the greatest players in their division and just add the little pieces and just compete with now for now and see where it goes from there. As far as the White Sox are concerned, they're a total different story. The White Sox, Kenny Williams is now starting to do what Kenny Williams has to do with Chicago. You have to eliminate the whole team. As bad as it sounds to let Birdie go, you have to let him go. As bad as it sounds, and I would hate this. As bad as it sounds to leave Canerco and Quinton go, you have to let them go. There is no way that you can hold on to Canerco, Quinton, Burley, and some of these other players when you have piled up uh, a lot of numbers with the Dunn, the Rios, and the Peavies. By letting Santos go today, uh, people may say, well, the White Sox have actually packed it in and they're just going to start to rebuild. Well, these are the same players they had last year, and with a manager that they were used to and had for the last 6, 7 seasons, and they didn't play well. Uh, Now with a new manager, they might play worse. This is not going to get better. And with having Robin Ventura, I mean, you want to actually start with younger guys, people that can actually let this guy do what he wants to do. I don't see that the Sox are going to even compete in this division. Again, Cleveland is better. Kansas City is better. Detroit is probably the best team. This division isn't getting weaker like the National League Central is with these players leaving. It's actually getting stronger, and the White Sox are just in a sinkhole right now, and it's not going to be easy for Kenny to try to work himself out of this. He will have to be a miracle worker. Um, I don't know what Kenny's future will be with the White Sox unless this can totally make a turnaround uh, and something good can come out of the mishaps and the signings in the last 2 seasons for the Chicago White Sox. I think that if the White Sox cannot unload and if the White Sox can't um, do something to make the team better, I think the White Sox could end up being a last place team. and it's going to take maybe 3, 4 more years for the White Sox to actually uh, become the team that the White Sox were in the '05, '06 season and '07 season. Uh, it has nothing to do with Ozzie Guillen leaving the White Sox. It has more to do with the unfortunate outcomes of players that Kenny felt at the time would help improve the ball club and secure the future of the White Sox with Peavy and Rios, who are still young players, and with Adam Dunn, who he believed, like any other general manager, this guy has been doing this for uh, years, and he's just been a great player for so many years, and it unfortunately hasn't worked out for Kenny. Um, it's really a hard thing right now for the Chicago White Sox, unlike the Cubs, who actually have things actually going their way. Uh, the White Sox are in a terrible mess. Kansas City isn't going to get worse. They're going to get better. Cleveland's already gotten better. Detroit's going to stay good. Um, there's just really nowhere where you can see the White Sox breaking out of this. They have to get rid of these high-priced players. They can't re-sign Murley for the money that he's going to actually deserve or need. They're going to have to let Quinton, and they're going to have to trade Konerko. They're going to have to get rid of Brzezinski. They're going to have to probably get rid of Thornton, and they already got rid of Santos today. So, Santos might be somebody that I don't know who actually got him, but I'm surprised that he's not in Miami with Ozzie Guillen. But this is just going to be something that's not going to be very good this year on the south side of Chicago. On the north side, again, I say this could end up being something very good for the Cubs. It's you have to sit and wait and see what's going to happen with the Chicago Cubs. And if I'm Theo Epstein or Jed Hoyer, I'm thrilled to hear that Pujols can sign in Miami or Fielder can go to the American League or something because it only makes the job easier for Hoyer and the Cubs. Um, it's going to be a fun one. It's going to see what's going to happen, and let's see what the outcomes are going to be. I say the White Sox, if they're not in last place, they're second to last, and I say that if the Cubs um, don't choke themselves and try to do too much, they can either win their division or they can make a run at a wild card, depending on the chemistry with Swain and who Theo and Hoyer actually bring in. Uh, that's it for now. I'm going to sign off. See you all later. Goodbye.